I think it depends on what you're doing on TV. Most people are just watching TV, right? So who cares? Like, they're going to see that I like watching this show or that show. People have had Nielsen boxes for a while if you opt into it, obviously. And in which case you could see, what a person was watching when they were watching and all that kind of good stuff. That was for rating purposes. Now they don't even need Nielsen boxes. They can just use this capability. So as far as that goes, I don't see it for me. And I think this is like one thing that we always try to talk about in cybersecurity, but never can truly get across very well, is that risk appetite is personal to a person and also to, tailored to an organization, right? And so what are we willing to put up with? What are we willing to say like, oh, we'll give this information away. That's fine. And so for me, again, I use my smart TV. Mostly nowadays, it's playing things like Gabby's Dollhouse or My Little Pony. I'm not watching anything really cool or anything like that.
First of all, Gabby's Dollhouse is awesome.
It is awesome. I'm going to go along with that.
I mean, I'm more of a Bluey fan, but
we Bluey
here
too.
at our house. Yeah.
My Little Pony, the new generation. Love it. Gotta say, love it.
Really?
Anyway.
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't know if I'm a brony now or not, but I'm not quite that far down the rabbit hole.
We'll find out in the comments. That's for sure.
We'll find out in the comments, and also maybe my smart TV can tell me if I'm a brony or not at this point by looking at all my information. But so like that to me is like, okay, they know that my daughter likes watching these cartoons. They know that after my daughter goes to sleep, we rewatch Schitt's Creek or The Office or some sitcom that is for an hour, and then we go to bed. If that's like a pattern of life builder, sure, maybe if bad guys were able to get a hold of this, they would know when to break into our house, I guess. And more importantly, like maybe this is the beginnings of building a footprint of yours, right? And that's, as we found out, we've always been like, oh, who cares if they know about our behaviors? And then we've seen things like Cambridge Analytica happen. And now we're seeing even more divisive algorithms out there on the internet that are pointing everybody to their own echo chamber. I keep doing that. Echo chamber. So but what do you think, Frank? Like how, like for you, what's the scale here?
So I think it's subjective. Okay. And I say that because it's contextual in how invasive it is, because they're not just taking these images and they're not just interested in what you're watching, right? Mm-hmm. Because first, let's take a look at this. There's a few different things that are happening. They're identifying what you watch. Okay. They're corroborating that now. Mm-hmm. That data set with other data sets, such as your phone. So if you have your phone out, great example, you see a Cadillac commercial. I don't know why I'm using Cadillac. I don't own Cadillacs, and I'm not in the market for a Cadillac. Let's be honest. But you see a Cadillac.
Get sued by Cadillac now. Thank you, Frank.
No, we're not. No,
Cadillac
we're not.
Doesn't watch this.
Yeah,
nobody from Cadillac.
Yeah, no. Anyway, I say it because I was forced to watch too many Cadillac commercials. Bro, have you gone to the movies lately? Have you gone to the movies and just tried to watch the movie? And like, you get there, and if you get there even on time now to watch the movie, they don't start the trailers until 5 minutes after the start time because they're showing you commercials still.
Yes.
And someone either in the projector booth or someone wrong. I had to watch the same Cadillac commercial. I'm not kidding. 5 times.
Oh my God.
In about 10, I'd say 7 minutes. We got there like 2 minutes before it started. Well, very frustrating, but like, that we wanted to see this robot beaver cartoon with the Hoppins and stuff, right? But like, you get to the movie and you just factor in a half hour before to actually see the actual film you've come to see, by the way. But like I say, so I'm using it's nuts. You can't go to the movies anymore and just watch. You can't even, and I like some trailers, don't get me wrong. I didn't have a problem with that, but so many, and they're intentionally telling you the wrong time to show you more ads.
Right. And so not only